A lot of times people making wrong decisions because they always think about how to save their initial investment. Every single year, every single month, every single week, we need to evaluate where we are with the goals, with our mindset. And today we'll share 9 areas that you need to evaluate yourself with your mindset. A lot of times people buy a house for their current station. A lesson about decision making and leadership. So that means when you're a leader in a team, how are you supposed to make decisions? People underestimate the power of showing up, and people that have a tendency to overestimate the power of excellence and perfection. And today I was thinking about the power of execution or the power of idea. If you want to achieve masterpiece, you need to learn how to master your piece. The question was, who am I when no one is watching? Who am I when no one is watching? We always need to start and first do the things that we committed to before we do the things that we want. Today we'll speak about cost-benefit analysis. I always knew that something is wrong with personality type tests, but I never knew what. I never questioned enough about toxic positivity. And this is a very interesting topic, and there's a lot of different views on toxic positivity, because I truly believe that success is progressive realization of worth-life goal. So that means success is about moving, about action. Even a small inch of action and moving is very joyful. So today I want to speak about changes and growth. I truly believe that persistence is one of the most important things when you think about success. And I would love you to join my journey, not my journey, but join your journey. That means that you decide what kind of future you want for yourself. So today we'll share 4 perspectives or thoughts about what true loving the journey means. And money is a very interesting topic. So many people love to talk about it, and some people hate to talk about it and feel uncomfortable to talk about it. But there's one thing, that if you feel uncomfortable speaking on money, that means that you are struggling with money. I truly believe that we need to learn to say yes. And I will share my perspective, my thoughts, and why we need to learn to say yes and not no. Because first thing is that no will never lead to success. I truly believe that when you have a great day, you're building a skill of communication skill. But when you have a bad day, you build your character. I truly believe that people make decisions based on our emotions. Everything what we do is based on communication. You get a job on communication, and a lot of times people don't care how much you know. Is what they care about, how well you communicate, how much you know. I was asking myself, okay, so if that belief is so important, what builds belief, and what is the foundation of belief? When you think about where you are at the moment, is based on all the decisions you made so far. So that means if you want to change where you are, of course you want to start making better decisions. Because what true friendships mean, and I will share my perspective about what friends mean. Okay, motivation says you need to do this, and what my inspiration says, this is what I did, and you potentially could do exactly the same thing to get exactly the same results that I did. One of the best lessons that I learned in last year, and the lesson is about how to increase your standards. Have you ever thought about that you could be a greatest mentor? And if you say no, you never thought about it, and it might be that you say that I could never be a mentor. And I could say that if you say that you could never be a mentor, that is false. I truly believe that sometimes people do not live the best life because they focus on short-term pleasures without looking what truly long-term pleasure means. Live. What LIVE acronym stands for, because I find a lot of times people are not living. They are just surviving, not striving. Readers are leaders. So that means if you want to be an amazing leader, you want to read, you want to improve. So that today I will share what acronym READ stands for. How to read a book. So I will share one more acronym, READ, but I will share what you're supposed to do to get the most advantage of every single book that you read. One more acronym, KIND. What kind of person you need to be to really be a kind person? But when I think about success, I truly believe that you need to understand what to quit and what to not to give up. So that means if you're working on the wrong thing, of course you want to quit as soon as possible. And if you're working on the right thing, you need to never give up. Today I want to speak about what to do and what not to do. I love it saying that if you want to have what you never had, you need to do the things that you never did. And that means if you want to do the things that you never did, you need to change, you need to grow yourself. It's easy to understand that you need to open the box first to be able to put something in. But that's exactly the same thing with our mind. We always need to open our mind to be able to input how childhood shaped our ways, how childhood shaped the way we act. And one thing that I find that sometimes people use that as an excuse, being and doing. And what is the difference between those? Today I want to share that I'm very, very, very grateful, and I'm very grateful that we live in the best times of all. Today I want to speak about confession and being able to say, I am sorry. So you can be a warrior or you can be a soldier. So which one do you want to be? What people do when they're proactive and what people do when they are reactive. So many people say that ideas are so powerful, but ideas are worthless unless there is someone who is able to communicate that idea effectively. Today we'll speak about 5 steps how to become a founder, how to become a CEO and a founder in the company. So many times we speak with people, we deliver the message, but that message doesn't get delivered. And there's a lot of different reasons why a receiver is not getting the message. Employee benefits and incentives. There's a huge difference, and I hope after today we'll be able to answer which one are better. That only weak man does terrible things. Only weak man goes and do crime. Like, have you ever took a time management course, or have you ever read a book about time management? And what is the most interesting that people said, no, I never did it because I never find time for it. So imagine you have one domino. If you knock it, of course, nothing will happen. But if you put 400 pieces in a row and then start knocking those, and then you'll start seeing that it's quite beautiful to see how all those pieces knocked each other down.